No one is original anymore. It seems like anything unique today immediately becomes the new trend. One moment, someone has an idea to make a funny video. Next, it becomes an internet sensation and everyone is doing it now. As long as it goes viral, right? Being original doesn't even matter to most who are deep in the internet world, but rather whatever receives the most views, likes, and clicks. We applaud meaningless slop over creativity. Trends are harmless, you might say. They're just fun ways to connect with others online. I can agree with that until a trend turns a very valuable part of our vocabulary into a desensitized term that takes away a word's actual meaning and emotion. The term cracked or getting cracked quickly became widespread, originating from TikTok and becoming a part of Gen Z slang. While the word itself can share multiple meanings, the definition I'm referring to is the act of having sexual intercourse. It is often thrown around loosely and shares a similar feel to terms like smashing and getting laid, usually expressed in a joking manner rather than a serious one. When they aren't joking, those who use it boastfully, as if they deserve a medal for what they did to or with someone in the bedroom, and have no deeper meaning other than fooling around. I can understand how people find this funny. However, I believe the term goes deeper than it may seem, stemming from the fear of vulnerability and shame from actually feeling and connecting with someone. Rather than sharing the emotional aspect of sex and admitting that it is far greater than a mere action, people feel the need to play it off and be nonchalant over something that is actually the complete opposite. Why are we, especially grown adults, talking about sex as if it is nothing more than a quick thing to do with someone, and not a meaningful and romantic, intimate experience? Call me harsh, but I believe people who don't allow themselves to feel vulnerable and turn meaningful instances into humorous ones are selfish and ignorant, especially when you're literally sharing an experience with another person. There is a time and a place for humor, but I don't think sex falls into that category. This wouldn't bother me as much if getting cracked truly carried no deeper meaning, like other pointless jokes such as 6'7", but in this situation, we are turning an already emotional act into something it's not. Now, I don't care how others choose to have sex. I have my own opinions on it. I understand how it could be normal for others to share one-night stands and hookups with many different people, and to them it could feel like just another Tuesday. But regardless of how you treat it, you cannot ignore what it does emotionally, physically, and mentally to our bodies. It releases oxytocin, which literally connects you to the other person. So science proves that sex is an intimate, vulnerable experience, no matter how differently we all view it. And I'm tired of pretending like it's not anything that special. But using words like cracked or smashed takes away from what it's meant to be. Lacking vulnerability can be dangerous too, because it could begin to desensitize us to a word's true meaning. Words have meanings for a reason. Our actions with others are meaningful, regardless of intent. And if we are scared of being vulnerable, why are we trying to make a vulnerable action something that it's not? It only creates more fear and shame around the subject when, in reality, things like sex should be something that is shared and cherished, not suppressed and made into something less. On a more serious note, creating these terms only objectifies people, especially women, even more. Throwing around jokes about cracking someone isn't empowering. It's actually quite dehumanizing if you ask me. Since when did we decide it was okay to twist something that was meant to be beautiful and vulnerable into a disgusting term meant to belittle and degrade others, while also somehow boasting about it to receive some messed up form of sexual dominance? I suppose that's what the internet does, though. It strips away any form of raw connection and emotion, replacing it with a sad excuse of a joke and empty words that should really mean nothing but actually mean everything. At the end of the day, just because something is a trend and everyone is saying and doing it doesn't make it good or right. It only drifts us further apart from one another.